Lake Union is known as a fast-paced, intense center of industry in Seattle. But head to its northern shore, and there's a startup a lot of businesses could learn from.
Okay, she's all gone. Oh, we don't fool around. Time is money, man.
That's Eric Freeman of the Fremont Tugboat Company, established in 1915, and now, a century later, still going strong.
Morning till night, just running around. Whenever the phone rings, we move.
Fremont Boat Company.
We move just about everything that people will pay us for, from, fish boats to barges to yachts to floating homes.
So how tough is it to tow a floating home? Well, hold your breath.
Oh, you haven't seen the tight spot.
A little more angle as we come in.
With tugs pushing 40 tons of houseboat from the front and back, and with just a few inches of clearance to spare,
Just make sure you can stop reporting.
it's a high-powered water ballet worth seeing.
Controlling my end also helps his end. He goes one way, I go the other. It turns quicker.
Finally, success.
Thank you so much.
And then, back to work.
It's a constant marathon. I don't know what I'm on now, 30-something days straight, no days off. Your family's second, everything else in the world is second. You got jobs to do, you work, and that's what you do. Oh, I want a day off. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I'm blah, blah. Yeah, well, you're gonna work instead.
Call it an old-fashioned approach, but it runs in the family.
You have to really make up your mind what you want to do, because this is a full-time job. Runs 7 days a week, just as hard as it can run.
That's Eric's dad, Mark, who owned the business for 36 years before selling it to Eric and his business partner, Tom Bolson. Mark still does marketing for Fremont Tug and maintains an incredible private museum of maritime history.
I've just been one of those kind of guys that saved everything.
The Freemans have owned Fremont Tug for 78 of its 100-plus years of operation.
That's my dad there.
Mark's father, known as Doc, bought the business in 1928 and began a family tradition of purchasing older boats past their prime and rebuilding them for service.
I started tugboating when I was 14 with my own tug.
Mark was salvaging logs and doing towing work by himself as a teenager. Don't believe it? Well, that's his first engine down the hall.
I put everything in these scrapbooks.
In the mid-50s, Mark spent 4 years in the Coast Guard at Grays Harbor, rescuing 37 people during his career. It's a life of service he's continued on the shores of Lake Union.
I've been here actively in business since September 20th, 1959.
That's a long time.
That's a real grind. And opened the door every day, and still do. This is part of our museum.
Look around, and it's plain to see. Mark is a man who knows his history. But he says a century in business caught him a bit by surprise.
Never thought about it. Just went to work. And 100 years is so far away that then it isn't.
Fremont Tug, 100 years old. It's quite a milestone, but it's also just another piece to put in the scrapbook for Mark Freeman to research and record and catalog.
I almost don't have time to talk to you.
He's still working, and so is his son, proud to eclipse 100 years in the business and confident for the future, even in a growing high-tech city.
Until you can move a fish boat by double-clicking on your computer, we got a job.
The boat-moving business is steady,
Yes, we have a 30-foot spot.
and with 9 tugs working from Lake Union to the Ballard Locks and beyond, Fremont Tug is a small business that's carved out a niche in the local maritime industry. But will it spark the interest of the next generation of Freeman kids?
I have a daughter. If she's smart, she won't do it.
Eric's business partner and ace boat repairman Tom has some kids who might come on board, but it's not like the old guard is giving up anytime soon.
We're gonna keep it rocking as long as we can keep it going. Dad's 82, he ain't retired. I got a long way to go till I'm 82. I'm tired, not retired.
It's an old-fashioned lesson built on 100 years of history, a lesson that's good for any business.
There's not too many secrets, other than it's all hard work. That's what it really boils down to, being smart and your hard work you want to put into it. Because if you don't, somebody else will.
We'll just see how long it goes. As long as we want it to, till somebody gets killed, died, or wants to call it quits, but I'm not gonna be the one to surrender.
Watch CityStream Thursday nights at 7 on the Seattle channel, or get video on demand and podcasts anytime at seattlechannel.org.